Hi friends and campers, welcome in. Oh my God. welcome everyone. It's your camp counselor Julie kicking off our first tutorial. Who is excited?
Me.
I was like, wait, where's my crowd?
We want Julie.
Welcome in, campers.
I'm going to pull you up here.
Good morning, Grace. Hey, Elizabeth. Welcome.
Oh yeah, you're zoomed in. I love it.
I know. Thank you for teaching me something new.
You're welcome. You're quite welcome. Let me share on Oxide. Day 1.
Hi, Tina. And Beeples, yes. Hello, J Crew. Tina, Tony is here with us again and enjoying the festivities of Flower Camp. So it wouldn't be the same if I didn't have him staring at me during a tutorial. So he traveled with me on the plane. So we're just gonna put him at the stand just where he always is. He makes my heart happy, so. He is Tony the Toad, and he was named by my friend Sherry at one of our craft retreats. So, yeah, he is part of the J Crew. Oh my God, we need to embroider on there J Crew or his name, Tony.
Yes. He might be our mascot.
I know.
I might have to dump our camp director.
Yeah. Hi, Sandra. Good morning, friends, or good afternoon, good evening, whether you're watching live or in replay. I am super excited to be here in San Antonio. So for this week, I am no longer in Pennsylvania. Good morning, Jill. Thanks for joining, everyone. If you missed our opening ceremonies of Flower Camp, oh my goodness, you want to catch that replay. Both my fellow camp counselor, Forever Petals by V, she will be starting a playlist for her tutorials, and also I will have a playlist on my page for all the tutorials that happen here, and I'll also put in our opening ceremonies. So we did post our activity schedule yesterday, so I do have it pinned at the top of the page. And also, if you are local in the San Antonio area, we are taking a field trip for this camp to the botanical gardens, and I'm super excited. Hopefully my niece can figure out a flight to get here because she loves bunnies, and it's called Huntopia.
It's going to be so much fun.
I know. I'm so looking forward to it. And we have a 7-hour in-person event with the 3 of us. What more could you ask for during Flower Camp? All the laughs, the fun, the creativity. You don't want to miss it. And these fantastic shirts that if you missed that we debuted during our opening ceremonies. Welcome, Phyllis. Hey, Christy. So I did bring a lot more humidity here to Texas. So I'm sorry, friends. And I brought rain the moment I landed. It started pouring rain. So good morning, Lorena. We will get started here, friends, in just a moment. We are starting off and kicking off our very first session with Flower Camp Mini Flower Bundle. And we are at template number 7. So each of you can see from the instruction document that you get when you purchase the mini flower bundle, I do include an image of all of the different petals, sepals, leaves, and centers that you get. So today we're just going to be working with center 2 and 3, and you can optionally cut some leaves, which I cut leaf 1, and this is a nice one for your flowers and your presentations and your smaller projects, but of course you can resize them to any height. I usually cut them for my mini flowers at a height of 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4 inches. So I think the tallest, yeah, this one's 4 inches that you can do. And I do that for my photos mostly, and then I'll use them for projects that I'm later use. I did include individual ones, so if you just want to put an individual leaf instead of a bundle here, you can do that to add to your stems if you're stemming them as well. Okay, and then we're going to be working with petal 1 as well. So not a super hard flower. Now I'm working with white, so I'm going to be using the 8.5 by 11 Astro Bright 65-pound cardstock, or you can get it at your local Walmart in a pack of 80. And I think it still says Nina on those. I never know when it says.
They did change it to Astro Brights, but it has a little sticker and it says formerly.
Okay, Nina. Yeah, sometimes I see it as Nina yet. Otherwise, I purchased through Amazon. In a quantity of 250. So I am working on a wedding project, so you'll see white flowers from me this week. So I'm sorry if you get tired of hearing about the wedding and white flowers, but it does help me get ahead.
Hey, and we're all about getting ahead around these parts.
Absolutely. And my box did not arrive yet with my regular tools. So we are improvising. Luckily, my friend has our flower camp flower shaping mat here. We're going to use some precision scissors. Now today I'm going to be using the 6-inch dowel rods. So we're going to see how it goes. I normally use 12-inch. And then our metal ball stylus and an embossing stylus. Okay. And we're still going to ink a little bit. I don't have my regular inks. They're still in the box waiting to arrive here. So I'm going to add just a little bit of purple. Normally I use seedless preserves, but the villainous potion is super close to it as well. So we're just going to add a very, very little bit to the tips. But of course, whatever colors you use for your ink is going to vary based upon the color paper that you choose. Good morning, Valley. I'm so glad you got to make it. Hi, Joanne. So welcome in, campers. We are super excited for this week, and I know everybody has been looking forward to it as much as we have. So let's go, right? So for our sizes, we are, again, using template 7 from the Flower Camp 2024 mini flower bundle. So the mini flower bundle can be purchased from my Etsy shop, and I did post it earlier in the comments and pinned it. And the large template bundle can be purchased from Forever Petals by V, her Etsy shop. And she is going to be making a 25-inch flower right after we're done here over on her page. Oh, Linda, yes, it arrived. It just didn't get delivered yet. So thank you all. Hi, Linda. Thank you all for joining, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So for petal 1, you need to cut 3 of them. I like to just type in the width of the petal, and the height automatically adjusts in your machine's design space. So you need 3 of them at 3.25 inches. You need 2 of them at 3 inches and 2 at 2.75. For our centers, we're going to use center number 2. You're going to cut 2 of them at 2.5 inches wide. And center 3, you need 4. And that's because they're super thin, skinny petals. 4 at 2.5 inches. And then our sepal, I like to use 2 of them. If you choose to do 1 or none at all, it's totally up to you. 2 of them at 3 inches wide. Hi, Esther. Hi, Darlene. Good question, Darlene. So, what is my recommendation when cutting with the Cricut, new mat and needle? No, actually, I was using my blade at home. Now, I do use, and I have it noted on the instruction document, that I use the Cricut Premium Fine Cut Blade. I cut on the regular cardstock setting, And sometimes my mat is crazy looking, or even down here I did use a new mat, but you should be fine. I'm normally do not have any issues. So thank you again. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So these are just my notes and for you to get the sizes. We are gonna be providing a handout at the end of camp. So I did prepare a little bit last night. I typed up these instructions for you ahead of time. So that's already day one for me is done in our handouts.
Look at you.
I know, I'm so proud of myself. Very proud. All right, friends, let's go ahead and get started. I did prepare some leaves just because I was taking photos before I left. So what you'll notice here is I do a little bit of embossing. So I'm just gonna go over it. This is from Dollar Tree. You can use the skinnier end because this is smaller leaves here. But I just draw a line down the center and then we do V-shape towards the center. And I did that on all of them. Now for these little ones, I just kind of did vertical lines. And then I turned it, and then I did my V shape. So you're adding the veining as we call it. So hopefully you can see, it's not too dark. And then I like to go over mine with forest moss. And then my newest thing again is adding a little bit of purple. I use seedless preserves normally. So you're gonna see them almost like a succulent coloring to them. They're gonna have a little bit of shading.
So detailed.
Thank you. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you all for sharing. So we are super excited. We're going to start with our sepals. So again, we're going to add those lines. So I'm going to use the smallest end of the metal ball, not the metal ball stylus, of the embossing stylus. Use it on your flower shaping mat, and you're just going to draw like 3 to 4 vertical lines. So just to give it some texture on these leaves. That's okay. And then draw your line. So we're just going to go all the way around. So I like a little bit of texture. Again, depending on your project, how many do you have to make? And your time constraints. You know?
We know about those time.
Yeah, we're going to go a little extra during flower camp. But again, if you don't have the time or don't want to take the time to add the veining, you certainly don't have to. We're just going over the top for you this week because that's what we like to do. Show our love to all of you for your love and support of our small businesses. It means the world to us. And to bring and inspire you, that's my greatest joy, is seeing your creations from what we teach you. Hi, Missy. Thank you for joining. And friends, you know I stand when I craft. I'm sitting. Now when I assemble, I may be standing. Joanne, this is Gumdrop Green, and it is from Cardstock Warehouse. .com. So they are actually local in my area in Pennsylvania. They're about 40 minutes from me. I still ship them. They ship out usually the same day or the next day. They're super fast. This one comes in a pack of 250, and I've been using this for all the wedding flowers. So this is actually the Gumdrop Green. So you can see how it changes just by inking. It's going to make it a little bit darker by adding the forest moss and then the little bit of seedless preserves. But honestly, Villainous Potion is super close. It might be a little bit deeper in color. So again, we're going to, on our sepals, draw the vertical lines. Again, I like to add veining because when you look, when you're walking or look at your trees, all your leaves have veining. So I don't want it to be totally flat and have some texture to it. So just draw it like you're coloring lines. I don't even do it straight because I don't usually write straight or draw straight lines ever. So again, a little bit of texture. Yeah, it's awesome color. So it's Gumdrop Green. If you go to their sale on cardstockwarehouse.com, it should be there in that pack of 250. I wish more companies offered those quantities. The way we go through colors.
Exactly. Michael needs to get on it.
I know. I haven't been to Michael's in a long time.
Yeah.
All right, so petal 1, we have 3 of them at 3 1/4. You can leave them stacked. So this one I did 8 petals. So it's super fun. So if you're new to Flower Camp, thank you for stopping by. We're super excited to have you, and let us know where you're watching from. We love to see. I know Kim Lewis Carmichael wants us to do one in Pennsylvania. Maybe a winter camp. Nice and cold for V to experience the cold before I go back to Florida. Missy says yes. We should go to the Poconos or something. All right, so we're going to stack all 3. We're going to take our Coastal Blue dowel rod, which is our 3/16. So I do offer tools in my Etsy shop if you are new here. However, they are offline till closer to the end of the week. I did take them down just because I don't want you to order something that I cannot ship till I'm back in Pennsylvania on the 29th of this month. What? That seems like forever, and I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, we're going to take this blue. It makes it easy for identification to follow along. And V also has her color-coded dowel rods, and they come in 6-inch or 12-inch, or you can get the ultimate starter kit, which comes with both of them.
That's so awesome. Guys, get your dowel rod kits from Julie.
Near the end of the week.
Yes, at the end of the week.
All right, so we're going to take that blue one. We're going to place it down in the middle of the petal. So what we call this technique is the pinch and roll. So I'm right-handed. I place it down. I place my thumb on top, my index finger underneath. It holds the dowel rod in place. With my right hand, I pinch up with my thumb and I roll it. I let go and I roll it between my fingers. And I squeeze it so you can see it's going a little red. Place it down, pinch it up with your thumb, and roll it between your fingers. And as Linda Nichols Hines from Tampa said, pinch and roll soothes your soul. So thank you, Linda, for that little slogan. We love it around here. And as you know, crafting does relax me, and I don't know, I'm sure it does a lot of you as well. It's my happy place. So pinch it up and roll. Pinch it up and roll. So we always start, I flip my pile of petals over. I have my largest on the bottom, so we're just going to let that sit there. We're going to next take our next 2 because they're the same size. So I only ever roll petals of the same size together, and my maximum is usually 3 just because of your arms. So please stretch your arms. Our director forgot to give us a stretch quick.
Oh yeah, he did.
He says sorry.
He's over there napping.
Yeah, he's probably on the couch already. So our blue 3/16, we're going to use that again for the 3-inch. So you're going to place that down in the middle of the petal, thumb on top, index finger underneath. Holds my dowel rod in place with your opposite hand. Lift up with your thumb and roll it between your fingers. Honestly, once you get the technique down, I don't even have to watch myself roll. I'm looking at your comments. I usually watch TV while I'm making flowers, so I can do that and not even pay attention, which is great. And you will get there one day. One day you'll be like, I remember Julie saying that and I just did it. It's like light bulb went off one day. That's what I used to say to my my trainees when I taught banking or customer service and all that. I'm like, one day you're going to be on the phone and that customer asks you a question and you're going to be like, I know it. I don't even have to look it up. And then you just kind of smile to yourself like, I just did it. And I say, it comes, but it takes a little bit of time, but that one day will happen and you'll just smile from the inside out. For your 2 petals, which are 2.75 inches wide, we're going to go down to our purple one. What? Well, do we have a purple one in here? Did you lose the 1/8? Nope, it's there. I'm like, maybe I didn't put it in that box. Here we go. Our purple is the 1/8. I know you're missing a 1/8 one, right? The 12. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have some in a little bag hidden.
So the 1/8 is our purple. It is not our smallest. We need to get the updated chart that says Julie on here. So we're going to go with the 1/8. So you can see there's pretty much a gap on either side here. So what that's going to do is going to give this a much tighter curl to our petal. And why do we want to do that? We're making our way in towards the center of our flower. If you are new to my page, when I make my mini flowers, we do lots of layers. And the reason I do that is so they don't open up. So my centers really shouldn't have a big gap in there after a while from humidity and just sitting around. They should stay closed and tight. So we're going to place that 1/8 inch dowel rod down in the middle of the petal, pinch it up with your thumb and roll. So you can see that curl is pretty much a lot more curled than our previous layer, even though we changed the size of the petal to be smaller too. Definitely a great investment, Esther. Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining, and don't forget maybe immediately, depending on when we finish here. What time is it? I'm looking at East Coast time on my laptop and Central on my Fitbit. So at 12 Central, 1 Eastern, my friend and camp counselor, Forever Petals by V, will be going live to use template 7, large template, to make a flower. So that's so much fun that we get to see, and how you can make large flowers with the same template and then the mini flower version. And you can combine them, as we're going to be doing on a duo with template 7 on Saturday.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I think when you mentioned it in our intro this morning, Florsy expressed with a little sadness
that he wasn't
invited. He was like, oh.
I don't know what he said from the distance.
About what? What was that informed of?
You're not included in our...
You wanted it, yeah, you wanted it to be a trio instead of a duo.
Oh, that's right.
I thought about it.
All right, now center 2. We have 2 of these at 2.5 inches wide. Because they're the same size, we can also roll them. So, as my friend Bally says, what are we going to do now, Bally, to make that center smaller? Bally usually knows what I'm going to do next. So because this is pretty wide and our center of our flower is getting smaller, Tina loved the trio. We're going to take our precision scissors and we're going to cut in between each petal towards the center. You're not going to make a large cut at all. I try and keep them stacked as best I can, and I'm just going to make a little cut, maybe an 1/8. Just do it straight. I go along the left side of the opening. Just a little bit of a cut. So this is how you can get that wider center smaller, and it's going to allow us to really fold up our petals. So I like to do this first. Sometimes I forget, so if you accidentally roll the petals, you can still go back and make your little slices in towards the center. Sometimes it's easier to see it on the back. But they were just tiny little slices, not super duper big. Okay, now again, this is center 2. We're going to take that purple 1/8 inch dowel rod. I'm going to place it down in the middle of the petal. Now there's not a lot of space on either side of the dowel rod, but it is going to roll up. So just pinch around it, pinch it between your fingers, or so roll it there. So who's excited? I cannot wait to see all of your flowers. And again, I'm using white. You can make any color that you want. This is not restricted to wedding flowers per se or anything. And the color that you use and if you optionally ink will all depend on your project that you're working on. And there are so many different possibilities that we can make with these micro supersize, different combinations with the petal designs. It's so much fun. And I know you think it can be a little overwhelming. It absolutely can be to come up with flowers, believe me. So now we have 4 of center 3. So I'm going to stack 2 of them. Now, if you missed our opening, we did have mimosas, so now I'm probably extra shaky. Plus on top of coffee. It's a trait in my family. So, 2 of them, I think. Yeah, 2 petals. Oh, I need wire. Oh, do you have a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire?
Yeah.
Just a tiny. I don't need super long. Oh my gosh. So for 2 of them, I'm going to cut in between every 2 petals just because this center is small and these are going to be our very center. So with those precision scissors, do a slight cut, skip 2 petals and cut in. Well, I don't need a big one. I just need a little piece. Do you have any? Do you keep them?
No,
I don't think I can. I can't roll with that.
Oh.
Just a tiny, like 4 or 5 inches.
Oh gosh, you're cutting 3 inches.
Yeah, 30's fine. It doesn't matter. I roll with little ones.
That's so tiny.
I know. All right, so 2 of center 3. You make those little slices towards the center. Are we going to AMOLS?
Oh,
I don't know
we
what
might have
that's.
to take Julie there.
All right.
It is a Fiesta store.
Oh, so now we're going to take a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire. Why? Because even the Julie dowel rod is wider than these petals, but we still want them to have a curl. So I like to put the piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire at a slight angle. Now I am right-handed, so my curl will come in from the right. If you're left-handed, you would just do it the opposite to roll. So I literally just pinch around it and squeeze it with your fingers. So it'll have a crazy roll, but you want it to have a little bit of roll. And it's mostly more at the tips because that's what you're gonna see.
I don't think I would have ever done that. I probably just would have left it plain. Hence the flower that we made for the frame.
Or you can use a toothpick. Yes, Joanne, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can definitely. I just use the wire. I always keep my little pieces laying around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have a little pumpkin, a Mickey pumpkin, or Minnie. I bought it just so I could have the container. I didn't eat the candy corn in it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's how I roll. Welcome in, everybody. We are super excited. I'm super excited to kick it off today with our first template 7. So if you didn't see the activity schedule, it is posted up in the featured on both of our pages. And I'll try and put the reminder of our times in our stories so you can also get them there. So whether you're watching live or in replay, we thank you for stopping by, and we try to vary our times. So depending on your schedules, you can catch us live, hopefully at least one or all days. Or, you know, like Linda, maybe you're going to slack off at work. We love that. Thank you, Linda. And then the other 2 of center number 3. So remember, we cut in between towards the center every 2 petals on our very center. The other 2, we're just going to roll them up with that 18 gauge floral stem wire. So I stack them the best you can. Place it down. I like to go at an angle, and you're just going to pinch it up and around and give her a good squeeze.
I'll try and do it.
Bee's feeding the dogs if you hear anything. It's okay. We are just pinching and rolling. I know, investing green bananas. Oh, Esther. Oh. But thank you for hanging out. Pinch around. Sometimes you can get them at a discounted price. Maybe somebody was upgrading, so you don't have to spend a lot at all. I still use my Cricut Explorer Error 2. So does V. She's got hers here.
I saw them posting how like Walmart and Target were selling them for $65.
What? The twos?
Explorers, yeah.
Wow. So
they discontinued them.
the Explorer Air 2?
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, they want you to get the 3.
Yeah.
So we heard we heard Target and Walmart had them for $60-some, the Explorer Air 2s. Honestly, if you're not going to cut anything besides vinyl and paper, you only need the 2.
Yeah.
So if they're out there, that's what I would do. I like the 2. I still have one in a box.
I refuse to upgrade.
I do too. Larry would like me to because I'm sure he's enjoying that I'm on vacation. So Larry is my Cricut machine, friends. And Chip, he's in retirement. So for the sepals, we added our vertical lines with our embossing stylus. I literally, with the smallest tip, this is from Dollar Tree, I just drew lines down. Now we're going to take our Julie dowel rod. It is the one that comes in my dowel rod sets that is not color coded. Where did it go? Oh, I have it right here. And it is 6-inch. So if you get the 12-inch dowel rod set, it's going to be the one that's 6-inch. In the 6-inch dowel rod set, it's not color coded. We do have updated charts that says Julie. It says skinnier than 1/8. Because that's what Miss Julie here would like to be, skinnier than 1/8. So you're going to place it down on the petal, and we're just going to pinch around it. Okay? Again, place it down. So it's going to have a little bit of a roll. You can just pinch all the way down. So don't forget, we still have another tutorial with our friend and fellow camp counselor, Forever Petals by V, for large template 7. Woo! And don't you worry, friends, we have a whole other bottle of mimosas. I know, Pat. Where is that flower shaping mat? I'll have to order some with our faces on it. Oh my God. I'll give myself a facial right there. Oh my God. Yes, Pat, good idea. I'll have to work on that. All right, so we have everything styled. We have petal number 1 from template 7 mini flower. We have our sepal. We have center 2 and center 3. 2 of them we just rolled with the 18 gauge floral stem wire. 2 we cut in towards the center, and then we rolled it with the 18 gauge floral stem wire. So I'm gonna flip my stack of petals over, and we're gonna start from largest to smallest. So we have 3 of them at 3 3¼ inches. So this is not a very large flower at all. So layer 1, I'm going to flip over so the petals are rolled under. Okay, so we are going to take our metal ball stylus. We're just going to be working with the smallest and second to smallest. You just roll it right where the petals meet the base, and you're lifting the petals ever so slightly. This is layer 1. Layer 2, my petals are going to be rolled up. So you're just going to roll right around where the petals meet the base, and the magic happens. They just lift up off the flower shaping mat. Okay. Get to use the new glue gun. All right, so we're going to, ooh, first trigger, come on. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, wait, there it goes, I think.
Did it catch?
Yep, there it is. First glue coming out of the new glue gun from Amazon. All right, I have to stand. All right, so I have a large X here. Here's this. We're going to bring it straight down in the center. It's the same size, goes right in between. We're going to rotate it left or counterclockwise, just like you do your large paper flowers.
Do you want to move the mat up just a little bit? The shaping mat? So it's kind of, there you go.
Then we're going to take layer 3. This is going to be rolled under. So with the petals, you're just going to flip them over. Thank you. Roll right around where the petals meet the base. It's weird to see a tip that's not all burned out. I know. We're going to look at our top petal and place it in between the petals of layer 2. Bring it straight down and press. I like to stand just so it doesn't get off center. That helps me personally. You're going to rotate it to the left or counterclockwise. And then I also like to look at her from the side because it makes me happy to see the shapes. Layer 4 is our 3-inch flower. There's 2 of them, and they're both going to be rolled up. So the different combinations of assembling with the petals rolled under and up helps fill out the flower and gives it a nice shape. I got glue strings already. So these 2 are both rolled up. We look at our top 2 petals. We're going to look at a petal and bring it straight down in between and press. We're going to rotate it slightly, and then we're going to add glue to the back. We're going to look at our top 2 petals. We're just going to choose a petal, bring it straight down in between. And now I'm just going to take that metal ball stylus and just do a light stir. So she has a fun textured shape. So this is where you get lots of different textures, so you can mix it in with some smoother flower designs. It'll be super duper nice. Now you can always stop here or wait till we get the next 2 petals. It's totally up to you, and you can make your own center if you wanted to. We have lots of different options. Our next 2 are layer 6 and 7. They're both 2 3/4, and we're going to roll them up. So with the petals rolled up, just go right where the petals meet the base. And just like magic, on your flower shaping mat, it lifts them up. I do press pretty hard. And if you missed it, we were on live TV. What? My friend got me on live TV. It was terrifying at first, but
So much fun.
It was such a great experience. Whirlwind on 4 hours sleep, but you know, and I made it with all those outages. I was like, oh no. When I got up at 4 a.m., it was not looking good that I was going to fly out of Philly, but no issues whatsoever. So you can keep rotating it till you see, like maybe there's a gap the way the petals are falling. So again, look at the top petal, look at top 2, bring it straight down and press. And then I like to stir it. Super pretty. Yeah, lots of texture. I'm loving it too.
It does.
I know, Christy. I was super lucky. I was like, sweating it out there. Now we're going to work from the center out. And what does that mean? It means we're going to start with the 2 petals we cut in between every 2 petals. Was that right? So 2 of center 3 that we did that. And then we rolled them. So it has those little cuts. So we're going to start there. We're going to separate those 2. Separate them, Julie. And then we're going to take our next 2, which we only rolled with the 18 gauge floral stem wire. And then we're going to set out our center 2. And we had 2 of those. And we did cut in between these petals as well. So we'll be saving these. We'll have our playlists on each of our respective Facebook pages. So again, these are the 2 we cut. So we're going to start with them. You're just going to roll your metal ball stylus to really lift up those petals because we don't have a lot of room in the center. But you, oh my God.
Camp director check. Oh, I'm sorry, Counselor Julie. I just wanted to check to see how things are going.
You're gonna give her a heart
Julia,
attack.
I apologize. Julie,
I did not my
Julie, I apologize. Just the camp director seeing how things are going here. Sorry, y'all. I just.
I probably jumped on camera. You're lucky I didn't have hot glue in my.
Oh, I apologize. How's it going over here, camp counselor?
It's going very well. I think they're having fun. Oh, Esther says, "Okay, that was fun." Marisol, too funny. Grace is laughing. They're all laughing. Yeah. I know. I jump at everything, friends.
Hello, campers. I did not mean to scare her, even though she scares easily.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to hope you all are having a good time. You all see my hand in here. If you guys just push and roll, push and roll. This is really nice technique. This is my technique. You just roll it in
with the ball
like
and the
that.
stick. The ball.
Yeah, there
on
can
the
also
stick.
be dumbbells. So if y'all like to exercise, grab one of your balls and lift like this.
Tina Hernandez.
There you go.
Said she missed it.
Yeah, she missed it. All right. Well, I'll let camp counselor get back. I just had to check and make sure everything's going all right.
Thank you for checking on me. You may better get the defibrillator ready. Jeez. Okay. Deep breaths, Julie. Namaste. They said I was so focused on the center.
Yeah.
I literally was not even paying attention. All right. You saw our camp director's technique. We're going to do it actually on the pedal. And we're going to roll right in the center and lift that up. And like magic. Oh my God. They say you're a great director.
Thank you.
Keeps us on our toes, doesn't he? All right, starting with those 2 we cut in between every 2 petals. I'm literally going to fold it in half. What? Just like that. And then just fold it up. It's the very center. We want it to look crazy, so don't worry. It's not going to be flat at all. It's weird. I'm sitting again, but I just had a heart attack, so we're going to add a little bit of glue. Now I'm super shaky.
Esther says you need another mimosa.
I do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, place it right in the center of the second one that we cut in between the petals. Fold it up and around. Watch your fingers, friends. It's hot glue. It burns. Mine's a new glue gun, so she's not super duper crazy burnt. Add some glue. Then you can go around the sides a little. It's hard to recover from that. Don't ever tell your director you get scared easily. And then we add glue again. So we're literally working from the center out. So we go backwards in size from smallest to largest. Just because it helps, it's a lot easier to create our center out here than add glue and then glue it into that center. But he made Pat jumped as well. He did break my concentration. I'm totally thrown off. Focus. Now he's yelling from the other room. He's a very demanding director. We're going to add glue to the bottom and place it in the center. And that's what Flower Camp is all about. The laughs, the fun, the creativity, and inspiring all of you, whether it's to create the uncreated or our beautiful paper flowers. Add some glue again. Oh yeah, I'm super shaky now. Glue it into the center. Ooh. And then we just fold it up. So they just fall wherever they fall because they're gonna open up just a little bit, and you can press the bottom. I squeeze a little bit. Give her a little squeeze. And then add your glue. All right, now I'm gonna stand and we're just gonna place it right in the center and let it open up. So she's got a little bit of height in the center. And we're just gonna hold it, let that sit there for a moment. So funny story is, I don't know if I deleted it or if Cricut deleted it. I had my flowers all designed and I lost the project for template 7. So luckily I had screenshots in your instruction document that I was able to kind of figure out what petals I used and how many of each. The sizes I had to improvise. So if you don't like it super tall in the center, you can make your center 3s just a little bit smaller, but I think it's fine. It gives it a nice shape to it. And you can always press it down. All right, so again, she has a beautiful shape, but we're not done. Nope, nope, nope. We're going to add our sepals. So you can stem these, and then you would use your piercing scoring tool and poke a hole in the center. You can add ink. So we can add a little bit of purple here. I don't have our green. So my purples will vary a little bit, but that's okay. Now, and we were out of finger dabbers. They're in the USPS postal system somewhere. So we're gonna get some ink, and you can just brush on some purple just to highlight it, just to keep it. I'm gonna keep mine similar. Now you can always go back. I can go back and add my coloring after the fact. But just a little bit along the tips. So you can just brush it on. Tony didn't even warn me that Florist Explorers was there. Oh, goodness. So I have been liking the look of the purple since we did the succulents on my page. So we're almost done, friends, and then we switch over to my friend Forever Petals by V. So now we're going to take a little bit of purple. So in my original design, I used my favorite beige, which is Vintage Photo. I just brushed it on with my finger dabber, and then I went and added some purple as well. So you literally just want to highlight a few of the tips. This is kind of easier with this. And I find it was easier to do it before I added my sepals. And I always look at it do it from the top, and then I hold it from the bottom, and then I brush up to hit. Because if it's stemmed, or depending on your project, you're gonna see it from all different angles. So always keep rotating it around. And this is 65-pound cardstock again. So it's just gonna highlight a little bit of the tips. Very, very subtle. So she has a super duper cute shape to her. So now let's add our sepals.
Sorry. Sorry, volume.
It's okay. With the petals rolled up, I'm gonna take the second to small metal ball stylus and I'm just going to roll it around. And I'm gonna flip it over so now they're rolled under. We add glue to the top. Did a little swirly. Add it right in the center. I look between 2 petals of layer 1. Thank you so much for the stars, Tina. Thanks for the laughs and the scares. Oh my God. Hi, Randa. Thanks all for joining. How fun is this on your Sunday or depending when you're watching? Thank you for stopping by. We so appreciate it and look forward to this adventure every year. And this is our 3rd annual. If you missed any other years, we do have playlists on our pages. And the bundles are still available, so you can enjoy all the laughs from last year and the previous years. And there you have template 7. She's beautiful. And then if you mix in your flowers now, once you add your veining, you can roll them with your 1/8 or the Julie. Where is it? Over here. I come in at all different angles to roll my petals, or maybe I flip it over and have curls coming from the opposite side. For the smaller ones, you can literally just roll it around however you want. Now these did travel in my carry-on with me. And then also on the mat, you can take your metal ball stylus and you can lift them up a little. And then maybe it's lifting too much there, you can just flip it over so it'll have some flexibility. And that's just using 1. I didn't glue them together at all. And it gives it a nice shape and it's not so flat. So again, mine did flatten a little bit just from traveling. My backpack was like 20 pounds, I swear. I had paper in there. I don't recommend putting paper in your carry-on, especially if you use a backpack like me. And then to lift it up.
Yeah.
I was like, where is the gentleman sitting there next to me and didn't even lift it up for me? Sandra, that would be wonderful if you could join us in Texas next year. So there she is. That's template 7 mini flower. Kind of reminds me of a carnation-ish. Super duper textured. Again, any color. She'll look great with some peonies, anything smoother like a rose. She will look great with template 8 mini flower as well, because you're going to love her. So be sure to check out our activity schedule. It is pinned at the top of the page. If you didn't buy any of our respective bundles, they are still available in our Etsy shop. They are 50% off. We have lots of fun ready for you, and we are going to disconnect here. So thank you all for joining for our first tutorial, and V will be live at Forever Petals by V very shortly to bring you a 25-inch large template 7. So hopefully you can join us, and we look forward to lots more adventures here at Flower Camp 2024. Camp Counselor Julie is signing out. Bye, friends.